Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Chandrika and this is Rika Life. So today I decided to do something a little bit different and to just go live today. It is Sunday, November 3rd. It is around 10 a.m. Central Time and I have everyone hopefully being quiet so that we can enjoy and have some fun together. So the title of the video is Hats for Donations to Cancer Patients, and that is what I want to share with you today. So, I have been making hats, if you don't know, for about the past month. So, I donate hats to cancer patients. I also make shawls for them. In addition to that, I make hats and baby blankets for babies in the NICU, which I haven't done for some time now. That will be my next step after this. But for now, I have been making just so many hats and donating them to the hospital. So, my husband works at a hospital in the cancer department. So, that is where the hats go to. So, you might have seen, or if you have not seen, definitely check out my last couple of videos where I'm sharing with you what I've been making. I'm going to share with you the yarn that I'm going to use to make more of those hats. And then I'm going to share with you hats that I've just made today, yesterday, and on Friday. I've been a hat making machine. So if you saw my previous videos, oh my gosh. Okay. This yarn, Cover Story Dreamland yarn. This is by Line Brand. Look at these colors. Okay. Seriously. Oh my gosh. This color is called Rainbow. Of course, it's called Rainbow. It has to be called Rainbow because it is just so gorgeous. So I am planning to make more hats with this, and I think they're going to be so, so happy. The hats and the people who get the hats. So that's one color. And the other color, I have actually I think I have 4 to 5 colors, but this is the other color I have pulled out right now. This is called Galaxy. This has a base of gray, and then it has like a navy blue, a forest green, a black, and then also a very, very light baby blue mixed in. I thought these colors were just gorgeous. Hi, Kimberly. Nice to see you. So these are going to be more hats. That's the yarn, Cover Story Dreamland. Hi, Crochet Jojo. Okay, I'm going to tell you the stats on this. So this is 10.6 ounces, 300 grams. It's 148 yards, okay? A 100% polyester, machine washable and dryable. That is why I bought this, because I don't want people to have to, take so much care with their things. I want them to just be able to throw it in the washing machine. It's a number 6, super bulky, recommends an N9 millimeter hook. I'm pretty sure I used an M hook with this. And what was I going to say? So for 148 yards, I can make 3 hats out of this, which I think is amazing. So those are 2 of the colors. I also have Cabbage Patch, Cherry on top, and the first one that I used, which was Cosmos. They're kind of like behind me on the side. Okay, so those you'll see in my previous videos. I used that yarn to make a bunch of hats. Okay, now moving on to me using up my stash. I had made, okay, let's see which one is the one I made initially. So you may not know this. Hi, Marina. I don't weave in my ends right away. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. I just don't. I literally make hats. I keep making them, keep going. And then there will come a time where I decide, okay, now I'm going to sit down and weave in the ends. So that time has not come yet. So far, the time has been to make hats, and the time to weave in ends has not come. Okay, this is a hat that I had made. This is a really soft buttery yellow. It's coming up a little bit light on the camera, but it's a nice yellow. So this is my own pattern, and this is Baby Bee Sweet Delight Chunky in the color Sun Kisses. This is a Hobby Lobby yarn, and this recommends a K hook. It has, 109 yards. So I can make 1 hat out of 1 ball. Thank you, Lana. I love this yellow too. And it's enough to make one hat. So it's perfect. So if you see any bulky weight, so this is a bulky weight 5. And I think this one was the previous, the Dreamland one is a number 6. Okay. If you see a 5 weight yarn or a 6 weight yarn with around 100 yards, which comes out to about 100 meters or a little bit more, feel free to buy that and use that to make hats, because that is enough to make one hat. Okay, so this was my pattern. So at the very top, because, okay, I've had to make so many variations, but this one I started with 10 half double crochets. Then I did the crown. Then I did half double crochets in the back loop only. And then I've done crossed, what's it called? Double crochet, cross double crochet stitch, something like that it's called. So I had this one made, and then I had 2 more balls. So I made this one and I made this one. So I have 3 of these hats. So that is done. And I just kept a label with it just so that I know, because I've had to make variations. This yarn is thinner. I'm trying to see. No, I didn't bring the rest of it. I had a little bit left over. But if you can tell, this yarn is a little bit on the, oh, here you can see the, I wouldn't say it's on the thin side, but compared to other 5 weights, it's not as bulky. I do have tutorials, Lana. Yes, if you go on my channel, I do have a tutorials playlist, and I think I'm going to be making a tutorial for my hats as well. Okay, so those are the hats I made on Friday. So I made 2 hats on Friday. Yesterday was Saturday. I think I made like over 10 hats. Okay, I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 hats yesterday. And thank you, Lana. The yellow hat. Okay, so I can tell you what I did. So I did 10 half double crochets. Then I did 2 half double crochets in each stitch. Then I did a first round of increases, which was 1 double crochet, 1 increase all the way around. The next round is 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, increase all the way around. And the 5th round is 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, increase all the way around. After that, I did half double, sorry, the light is, okay, there. After that, I did half double crochet in the back loop only. And I think this hat has at least 12 to 14 rows. I think these last 2 make it 14. This is the cross double crochet stitch. But I'm definitely going to write up that pattern. Okay, getting to the ones that I made yesterday, the 9 hats I made. There's like this huge pile right in front of me here, guys. So I have the labels. So I did have some mill ends yarn from Hirschner's, bulky weight mill ends yarn that I had bought, I think last year. I used up some of that in here, and then the rest of it is all this yarn, Bernat Softy Chunky, okay? And I got this from Joann's on clearance at $3.97. I think that is like the regular price of it on Hirschner's right now. I just checked this morning. So I've used 3 colors. I used Teal Waves, which is over here. This is Teal Waves. It's this really beautiful green color, teal color. Okay, so there's that one. And then I had some left over, so I started another hat with it and then changed colors. So this is the Teal Waves, and then I want to say the second color is True Gray. It's either True Gray or Gray Heather. Okay, so in this darker gray, I made 4 hats, okay? So that's 6 of them. And then the other gray that I had, which is a lighter gray, again, still the Bernat Softy Chunky, I made 3 hats. So that's the Bernat, and this is the mill ends yarn. This is all Bernat Softy Chunky. This is the Bernat Softy Chunky in the dark gray, and then the mill ends yarn. So now I used I have it right here. I think I used the L hook. I used an L 8mm hook for these ones. Thank you, Jojo. I love the teal too. It's really like such a nice, rich color. Okay, So I used an L 8mm hook for these. And the reason I showed you the yellow hats before, I showed you them first, was that yellow yarn by Hobby Lobby was a 5 weight, but it was, oh, sorry, these are super bulky, number 6. That's why. Okay, so that was a number 5. This is a number 6. So the number 5, I used a K hook, and the number 6, I used an L hook. And I had to modify the pattern. So now, instead of doing 10 half double crochets for the top, I actually did 8. So I modified the pattern, and the way I test the size of these is I honestly just put them on and I try them on, and they usually come to about here, and I try to get them to just cover at least half of my ear. These are going to cancer patients. It's not that they would all be without hair, but it's that they're very cold in the hospital. So that is why I make these. Okay, so that is what I did yesterday. I used up, I don't have all the labels here. I want to say I used 6 balls of Bernat Softy Chunky, and I had 1 ball of the Millen's yarn. So that's around 7. I might have had 8 balls, but I made about 9 hats. So not, the hat did not take up an entire ball of yarn. That's what I'm trying to say. So I had a little bit left over, and that's why they kind of, I was able to start another hat with the same color and then change colors. Okay, so that's what I made yesterday on Saturday. Today's plan was to work on my baby blanket and to work on shawls. That has not happened yet, and it's already 10 a.m. So that did not happen because I had an idea yesterday, and I wanted to use up as much of my stash as possible. So this is one yarn that I bought on clearance. This is Yarn Bee Fleece Light. This is also a Hobby Lobby brand. That's what it looks like. It kind of reminds me of like a homespun yarn, though I've never really used homespun. So this is likely, this color at least is discontinued. Maybe this entire line is discontinued. I'm not exactly sure. But I got it on clearance from $5.99 down to $1.49. So I think I had about 4 or 5 of these. When I bought it, I remember someone in the store asking me, "Why are you buying so much yarn?" And I was like, "I make hats for cancer patients. I donate hats." And I think that that was sufficient for them, and they didn't ask any further questions. And I mean, when you go in the store and things are on clearance and you fill your cart, you kind of feel a bit indulgent, but then you have to tell yourself that I'm doing this for a good cause, and it's good to find stuff on clearance. So this one is 97% acrylic and 3% polyester. Again, it's 110 yards. So you could definitely make 1 hat out of this. It recommends an L 8mm hook, and that's exactly what I used for it. So this is my Susan Bates 8mm hook. I had the steel ones, but I found them to be very heavy. So I found the plastic ones, and these are on my hands. So if you're looking to use the larger hook sizes, try using, if you like Susan Bates, try using the plastic ones because they're very easy on your hands. Okay. Hi, Crochet Jojo. You're in UK? Yeah. Well, that's why I kind of try to share. So her comment was that she won't be able to get these yarns in the UK. And that's why I kind of am sharing the specs or the stats of the yarn so that you could find something comparable. So if you can find something around 100 meters, that's a bulky 5 weight, you could definitely make a hat out of it. Hi, Billy Joe Murray. You just found my channel. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy you found my channel and that you're here. Thank you all so much for watching. Okay, so this was my idea. My idea was, let's use this black, but I don't generally make black hats for patients because I don't make black and I don't make white. I always make something colorful. But this time I had an idea. This is the other yarn that I bought from Hobby Lobby. This is called Yarn Bead Through Thick and Thin. And I also got this on clearance. Okay, this is a very strange yarn, okay? It's literally like what the name suggests, through thick and thin. So there are kind of really, really thin parts and not so thick parts. I mean, I wouldn't call this that thick. It's maybe like, it looks more like a worsted weight here. And then in other areas, it looks like, look at this. It looks like a one weight. So anyways, this color is called, where's the color? Mauve or mauve. Okay, it is a really beautiful color. And I think I bought 4 to 5 of these. And then it also came in a cream color. So I bought 2 of those. This has been sitting in my yarn closet since I bought it earlier this year in March or April. And I thought, why not hold these together and make a hat? So that is what I did. Okay, this first one came out a little bit bigger than expected because I wasn't paying attention. And instead of starting it with 8 half double crochets, I started it with 10. But anyways, look at the hat. It looks so cool. So you can kind of see the mauve color. I know on the camera it's not picking it up. It looks almost white, but it is the mauve color. And this is the hat. And it looks so cool. I kept showing it to my husband as I was making it. And I was like, does this look strange? Does this look nice? But now that it's done, I actually really like it. And I'm glad that I'm able to use this yarn. Thank you all so much for your lovely comments. Okay, so I made one and then I started a second one. So the second one is still on my hook, which I just pulled the hook out. But this is the second one. So I am making this one smaller. I realized that I shouldn't start with 10 half double crochets. So this one is with 8. And so this is going to be a better size, I think. So I am working on that with the L 8mm hook. Let me just put the hook back in. And it's so funny. When I started this, I had 2 thoughts. One was, I can't see my stitches. And the other thought was, I can't frog this. There's no way I can frog this. So I just went really, really slow, stitch by stitch. And I feel like because I just made like 12 hats, my oh my God, how do you say this? My hands kind of knew what to do. So I literally just like picked it up and I was like, it doesn't have to go into the top of the stitch. It can just go anywhere in the stitch. And I literally was like, okay, let's make a half double crochet and stick it in there. And it's working, you guys. It's really working. So I wanted to share that with you because I want to tell you there are options. Yes, muscle memory. That's what it is, Marina. So even if you have yarn, very strange yarn or very thin and thick yarn that you don't know what to do with, you can pair it with another yarn and make it work. Like, I think this works. And this gives it a very unique look. And I haven't controlled anything. I didn't cut the yarn anywhere. I didn't modify it anyway. It's just how it came off the ball. And I think it's pretty cool. And I'm getting to use the black yarn. So I actually did finish 1 ball of the black yarn. And I literally just joined the second skein to this. So I was able to make already like half of the hat with just 1 ball. So I made 1.5 already with just 1 ball of the black yarn. I'm probably going to just use all the black yarn. And it's so funny because roving yarn. It's kind of like roving yarn, but I feel like the texture of your roving yarn is different, though this is actually very soft, but it's thick and thin in spots. So I guess it's like roving yarn. Because I took all these yarns out of my yarn closet, out of that one little cubby, I now put my Karen Spice Cakes in there and the Loops and Threads Charisma that I bought. So I took some yarn out of this room and put it in the closet. So I'm feeling happy about that. Oh my gosh. Okay, do you want to see my baby blanket? I have it right beside me. I am in the middle of working on it. Hold on. I'm right here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just grabbing it. It's still connected. So Hopefully I don't pull out too much yarn. I have shared this on my channel, I think, and I might have shared it in the community tab. And of course, it's all tangled now. And I'm probably holding the bottom. Okay, where are you? This is the bottom. This is the top. Okay, so ta-da! Look at that. It keeps going and going. So wow, it's actually finally fitting in the frame. I guess there you go. So would you still call this a baby blanket? I don't know if you would still call this a baby blanket. Thank you, ladies. I think it's also very pretty. Okay, so the yarn is sitting over there. I do have a ball band here. Hold on. I have okay. So this is the yarn I've used. This is Line Brand's yarn called Mandala Ombre. And this is the colorway. It's called Tranquil. And that's what it looks like there at the bottom. And I bought 5. And I have used 2 so far. And I'm planning to use all of them. So all of this color you're seeing here is the Mandala Ombre. And then I was trying to use up my stash, you guys. So I went through and found 2 colors that would match. So these 2 colors are Karen Simply Soft. This is Karen Simply Soft in Blackberry. This is a color I absolutely adore. I mean, I'm just so excited to use this color. And it's the last color, the last ball of this color that I have. Okay, Lana's asking me if I'm color controlling it. I'm not. So down here, this is one entire ball of the Mandala Ombre. Is it 1 ball or 2 balls? I think it's 1 ball. I didn't color control anything. You can see the colors are changing here in the middle. What's on here? Is there something hanging out on here? Okay. So that's 1 whole ball. Then this is Karen Simply Soft in Blackberry. And that is about half of the ball. I didn't finish the ball. And then this is Karen Simply Soft in Watermelon. And then this is 1 entire cake of Mandala Ombre. And I just started on the next cake. So far I've used 2 cakes and I'm on my 3rd. So the plan is to do 3 cakes of the Mandala Ombre in the middle. Then at the top, I'm going to do watermelon and the blackberry again. And then the very last part of the blanket at the top will be, again, the Mandala Ombre in Tranquil. What was I going to say? So I don't think it's a baby blanket, you guys. This is not going to be a baby blanket. This is like, I'm going to call it a throw. Sorry, I'm so used to the camera being in a different place. So I'm going to call this a throw, and I can cuddle in it. So it doesn't need to be, it could be for a child or it could be for an adult. Questions, am I controlling it? And what pattern or stitch am I using? So I am using a V cluster stitch. I think that's what it's called. I'll show that to you up close. And this is a pattern by Nastasia on YouTube. It's like a 3-minute tutorial. And once you get started, it is so fast. You just get into it and it just flies. I don't even have to spend that much time on it and I make so much progress. So the stitch is, so the V cluster stitch. So a cluster stitch is you make 2 double crochets, but you don't complete them. So you make 1 loop of the double. I should just show you. Hold on. Okay, I'm still here. All right, I have my hook. So let me just show you. Of course, this is going to be backwards because I am facing the camera, but it's not that hard. And I honestly have to like stop myself once I get started because I'm like, Chandrika, you're going to be sitting here for hours. Okay, so I yarned over. Here we go. And then I'm going to insert it in between the cluster. So as though I'm making a double crochet. Can you see? And then I'm going to yarn over only 1 time. I'm not going to complete my double crochet. Then again, I'm going to go in, pull it up, do half a stitch. Now they're both on there. And then I pull through. So that's the V cluster stitch. chain one, and then do the same thing on the other side, half of the stitch, and then pull through. And that is it, you guys. It is so simple. So I love this blanket. This is my like 4th or 5th time doing the stitch, and I love it. So again, in case you missed that, the V cluster stitch or V double crochet cluster stitch. I think it's just called V cluster stitch. So that's Nastasia. It's Naztazia, Nastasia on YouTube, and you can find her. And it's a very short, it is so simple and quick. So this is what I call a mindless project. And I don't mean that to sound mean, but all it means to me is that I can do it very quickly without paying too much attention. And that's exactly what I need when I'm with the family or watching a movie and just wanting to multitask. Because now that I've been crocheting, I find it very difficult to sit with nothing, to sit with my hands idle. So I really like to just have something to work on. These hats have been great because once I get going, I still have to count, but that muscle memory, because now I just made 12 hats. So my hands are like, all right, let's go. And, so another thing I want to mention is, so this was an L 8mm hook that I was using, and this one is the I 5.5mm hook. So you can see they're both different. They're both different weights and different thicknesses. And so I try really hard not to, how do I say this? So not to change my tension too much. So what I mean by that is, say I was just using this yarn by itself, like a 1 or 2 weight, I would not go between this project and a bulky weight project at the same time or in the same few hours, because I find that makes my hands hurt. So I'm kind of strategic about my crocheting, where I just keep it in the back of my mind that, okay, today we're working on hats, so we'll be using a bigger hook today. So let's not work on a fingering weight yarn or a lace weight yarn or a 1 weight or 2 weight yarn. Of course, there are times where I pick up random projects in the same day, but I just try not to make that the regular. So yeah, that was, this is why I can make videos every week, because I have no problem talking to you all. I just love it. My husband was making fun of me that I am used to talking to myself all the time. But it's fun. And now you're all here. You're all live with me. And whoever didn't catch this live, you can watch this later. And it's going to be so much fun. And I just randomly picked this time. It's Sunday morning here, and I have the kids busy. And I came live. So this is my yarn room. I know the resolution of this video is not as great as my phone because this is from my laptop, but okay, here we go. This is some of my yarn. These are my mandala gradients. And then over here is Posh yarn. That's Big Twist Posh yarn. It's like a thin chenille yarn. And then these are pillows that I made. That's one too. This one says Good Vibes Only. And my mandala is getting totally like washed out, but you can see my mandala behind me. And that one behind me too. So yes, definitely go to my channel. I have tutorials on there. If you'd like to see more tutorials, let me know in the comments and I will make those for you. If anyone is interested in beginner series, I have been talking about that for so long, but I just haven't made it yet. Just like an intro to crochet for beginners, a series for that. And what else? So I also have some patterns on Ravelry, so you can jump over there. I have a Facebook page, and then of course I'm here on YouTube. And I'm on here every Monday and Thursday. That's when I regularly publish my videos. And hopefully from now on, I can be on here Sunday mornings and just have some fun with all of you. So thank you so much for watching today, you guys. Thank you for all your comments, for following me, and all the love. And I will see you again soon. Have a wonderful crochetful day. Bye.